Hey guys, this is Mitchell REESE, your Southern Utah realtor, and today we're walking around in Cedar City, the different war and military memorials. But today we have something important to talk about because there's a lot of questions and anticipation about the market shift that's happening right now, because there's definitely been one. And we're going to talk about if it's right time to buy, if it's right time to sell, if the market's going to crash, and anything that you would need to make an important decision when it comes to living in Southern Utah. So a lot of people will be seeing online that there's a lot of reports about if there's going to be a crash. There's really surprised or scared looking faces and crazy clickbait going on, trying to scare people or let them know what's going on. But at the end of the day, nobody can really tell what's going to happen in the future. And what I'm here to do is to let you know the knowledge that I have and give you a professional estimation on what I think might happen as an agent myself. There's a lot of questions and fear if the market's going to crash or people are just waiting for that time to buy. But let's talk more about the opportunities right now. All right, so I don't know if a lot of you guys remember, I'm hoping you do, but we just came out of a crazy seller's market where a house was on the market for maybe 1 or 2 days and they're getting $200,000 over asking price. Really crazy time, and agents are telling us left and right that they're a great agent just because they got this much over asking price here and there, when that was really happening all over the place. We were seeing a lot of that going around because of the low rates. So a lot of people were refinancing, a lot of people were buying, trying to get in on that low rate. But because everyone was getting in on that, there was all these crazy bidding wars. And so the sellers were having a really good time getting a lot of profit off of their properties. So since coming out of that crazy seller's market, there's a lot of questions and wondering within this weird shift and situation we're in, especially the unique situation of Southern Utah, about a crash, people waiting for rates to go back down. So now we're in a unique situation here in Southern Utah coming out of that seller's market where the rates are really high right now, inventory is low, prices are starting to go down, and people are wondering what they should do because it's very interesting and something we don't see very often. Since this video is about the buyer's market and how it's back and buyers are in great control right now, a lot of people might be wondering about the elephant in the room, which is definitely talking about the current rates, how they're rising, how that decreases buying power when it comes to buyers and new construction or just buying a home in general. And this understandably scares a lot of people off. They're thinking, my monthly payment's gonna be a lot higher. I can't afford a home right now, so I just need to sit and wait for the rates to go down and then we'll buy. Let me tell you, this is definitely a great time to buy because prices are coming down a little bit. And something a lot of people might not consider why it might be a good time to buy right now is definitely how prices are starting to dip down a little bit. People will put in kind of lowball offers and be surprised when it's accepted, whether it's a big lowball or not even very much. So it's not a huge crash, but prices are coming down a little bit. So those prices aren't going to change after you decide to buy that home. And people are thinking that they have to commit to these crazy rates for that 15, 30-year mortgage. But when it comes to the rates, you have to think about it as dating the rate. Because during that 2-3% rate of the seller's market recently, people were refinancing like crazy because they could change their monthly bill when it came to their mortgage. So you got to think about it long term and what the future can hold. Your price may stay the same, but your monthly payment could really go down when you're refinancing and really helping your buying power and thinking about the future. A lot of people might be thinking, well, Mitchell, I could just be renting right now and wait for the rates to go down, and then my prices will never be too crazy for my monthly payments, because that's what it's all about. But you have to think and realize when you're paying your rent that is paying your landlord's mortgage. So you're just throwing money out into the abyss, and it could be a long time that you're waiting for the perfect situation. Because like I said, there's never a perfect situation, but there is those opportunities to refinance or just take the same approach that your landlord is and maybe rent out a basement or do some house hacking, and you can really bring down your monthly payments if you're renting it out, or have your mortgage completely covered, maybe even get some profit off of that. So how important is it in your choice of a realtor in this unique situation in the market of it being a buyer's market? So that, my friends, is the question right there. It is very important, especially with an agent that would have a good situation with some builders around, because especially with me specializing in new construction. So when builders see that rates are going up, they're a business themselves. So the end of the year is coming. They're thinking that they need to hit their numbers. They need to get some buyers coming and getting their new beautiful homes that are being built in Southern Utah and all around. So they're gonna make it a great situation for buyers, going to create some great incentives, which I've talked about on this channel many times before, like buying down your rate or covering your closing costs. And builders will see buyers as another way to hit their numbers. So if a buyer might not know what they're doing, or their agent might not know the best way to get their buyer the greatest incentives, you could really miss out on a great opportunity when it comes to buying new construction. But specializing in new construction, the builders are gonna see me bring buyers to them over and over. They're gonna see me on repeat. So they're gonna be thankful for that and help me help my own clients. So I'm gonna do what I can to get you guys the best deal, especially if I'm bringing them buyers and helping them hit their numbers. You really have a lot of power right now as a buyer if you have an agent that knows this market. And that can especially happen when you have a good relationship with the builders, which I have been building great relationships with them. So talking more about this unique situation for Southern Utah, with there not being much inventory and prices and rates and all the things happening and going on. More about that, St. George is really exploding and one of the fastest growing cities in the US right now. So while it's a little bit slowing down right now, we want to make sure we take advantage of that, especially since St. George has a master plan looking ahead into the future to 2040, really making it a friendly environment to new people and new businesses. So they have the best intentions when it comes to new people and businesses coming to their city. So Cedar City is in its own unique situation where it's also growing like St. George, maybe not quite as fast, but it's still a relatively small town. It's got about 30,000 people. And so it's in pretty much the situation St. George was 10, 15 years ago, where the growth is starting to pick up. And so it's looking like it'll be happening for the next while. There's a lot of things happening in Southern Utah right now with expansion and growth, and the city's planning for all of those things to happen. So come to my channel and find out why all these things are happening, why people want to move here. We're showcasing all the great events, all the great culture and things happening in these communities. So once again, guys, come back to my channel. Come look at the amazing property tours. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I'm making sure to be consistent for you guys, so help motivate me to keep giving you more and more every week. And make sure to give me a call up on the screen. I'll also put it in the description, and I'll put it with my email as well. So don't be shy. This is a great opportunity for buyers right now, and I'd love to help you guys out. We'll see you guys on the next video.